In the month of October, I made my highest amount of dividend income ever. Today, we are going to be going over exactly how much dividend income I make from a $13,000 account. So let's go ahead and jump into my dividend portfolio tracking spreadsheet. If you want to download this spreadsheet for your own use, then you can head over to my Patreon page at the link in the description. Okay, here we can see we are currently looking at my portfolio holdings tab, and here we can see a list of all the stocks that are currently in my dividend portfolio. I currently have about 19 stocks here. You can see the symbol for which stocks I own, you can see the amount of shares I own here, and the purchase price right here. If we take a quick glance at our day's change, we can see it looks like it's mainly a green day for the market. And here we can see I have added a couple of new positions to my dividend portfolio this past month. The first one I added was QYLD. We can see I bought about 20 shares for a purchase price of $21.81. If we jump over here to our dollar gain and growth, we can see I'm up 4.63% on this position already. And this is great, but it's important to remember as a dividend investor, these numbers may fluctuate. What we really want to invest for is cash flow. And we can see here I also added a position in SJM. I bought 3 shares at a purchase price of about $120 per share, and you can see this position has grown as well. I've also dollar cost averaged into a couple of positions such as Altria Group, Omega Healthcare Investors, and Verizon. Now let's go ahead and jump over to my portfolio value tab. And on this tab, probably the first thing you'll notice is there was a huge jump in my portfolio's value from October to November. And this is due to a couple reasons. I had a couple of nice gains from a few individual stocks, but mainly because I added a lot of capital to new positions as well. So you can see last month my portfolio was at about $10,250, but right now it's at about $13,300. And we can see my unrealized gain right now is at about 4.75%, and I'm at about $600 in unrealized gains. If we take a look at my value by industry chart, you can see it has become just a little bit more diversified since last month. I added QYLD, which is an ETF, so now I have an ETF position. Information technology is up to about 1.3%, but my 2 or 3 largest positions are still financials, as you can see, at about 30%. We have real estate at about 22%, and then we have consumer staples sitting at about 23% as well. Here you can see my dollar and percent gain. I still have a few stocks that are by far my biggest gains. Dollar gains is the blue bar chart, and then our percent gain is going to be the orange line chart. So you can see stocks like AB Alliance Bernstein, Coca-Cola, and Realty Income Corporation. Those are all stocks that I have made a lot of gains on. And here we can see my value by individual holdings. Clearly you can see Coca-Cola is still my largest holding in my portfolio, and I have seen the largest amount of gains from them as well. The same goes for O, but you can see we're really starting to get a nice diversified pie chart right here, which is really good. They're gonna kind of help with reducing some risk as well as making sure we maximize my dividend yield. So let's go ahead and jump over to my dividend outlook tab. Okay, so now that we are looking at my dividend outlook tab, we have plenty to go over. But the part that I am most excited to look at is the fact that the month of October was my highest month of dividend income yet. And we can see right here, it was $98.10. So we're so close to breaking the $100 mark for the month of October. We can see my expected yearly dividend income has gone up just a little bit as I added a few new positions. My dividend income year to date is getting close to $400. My average monthly dividends went up to almost $66 a month, so we're starting to get that dividend snowball rolling. We can see, just like I just said, my highest month of dividend income is sitting at $98.10. My portfolio's dividend yield went up a little bit due to my new position in QYLD, so it's almost at 6%, so that's a pretty aggressive dividend yield. And we can see my total dividend payments for the year so far is 38 dividend payments. If we take a look at my expected dividend income by industry, we can see financials is by far still my largest industry that I'm receiving dividend income from. It's almost at $300. And then we have consumer staples and real estate coming in at a close second and third, and that's sitting at around $150. And we can see my ETF is coming in at about $50, as well as communication services. Then I have a few other industries in my portfolio as well. And if we take a look at my yield on cost, we can see I do have a few stocks that have pretty high dividend yields. The biggest one is right here. You can see that's my position in QYLD, sitting at almost a staggering 12.5%. So that's a really high dividend yield. I'm going to probably discuss QYLD in a future video and whether or not it's a good investment for you or not. And then we can see my expected yearly dividend income by each individual stock. So we can see we have ACRE coming out at about $100. That is my highest stock that I'm receiving dividend income from. We can see Omega Healthcare Investors coming in at about $85 or $90. And then I have a few stocks in this range that are almost touching $75. So now let's go ahead and jump over to my dividend payments, and you can see exactly which stocks paid me dividends for the month of October. So let's scroll down here, and here we have a list of the stocks that paid me dividends in October. We can see first off we have Regions. They paid me about $3. Then we have WHF, which is a financial company, coming in at about $7.10. We have Coca-Cola paying me $17 here. We have Altria Group. It only paid me about $1.80, but I did add more to that position this month, so next time they pay me dividends, it will be a higher amount. Here you can see we have ACRE, that is a REIT, and they paid me almost $27, so that's a pretty large dividend payment for just 1 month. Then we have MAIN coming in at $1.47. Then we have Realty Income Corporation. They are a monthly dividend stock, so that is great to get the cash flow every single month, and they paid me about $5.50. We have PSEC coming in at $4.35. QYLD paid me about $4. They're a monthly dividend stock as well. Then we have Goldman Sachs Business Development Company, paid me about $15. And then Annaly Capital Management coming in at $12.10. So there you have it. That is exactly how much dividend income I made for the month of October. Was the amount I made more or less than you were expecting? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you'd like to be able to download this dividend portfolio tracker, then you can head to my Patreon page at the link in the description. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.